Hi everyone. I'm on day number 7 of the Camino, and I'm in Logrono, Spain, I believe is how you say it. I'm in the beautiful Logrono, Spain. So I thought I would give you a little update on my journey thus far. Oh, so many things have happened that I hadn't anticipated, which have enriched the experience already. So, um, just thought I'd touch base and let everyone know how things are going. So, on day 1 of my journey in Spain, it showed me an extreme high and an extreme low. Yet, in both moments, I actually found magic hidden within my thoughts. It was truly incredible. During my extreme blissful moment, I had what I believe to be magnificent, change the world ideas about how to give back when I do finally get my life all turned around and I have the ability to do so. So I can't wait. I've got those things tucked in my pocket. And then in the moments of my extreme lows, when I wasn't sure I would make it out of the snowy woods alive, um, and I'm really quite serious. At one point, I was uh, on my hands and knees asking God what sins I was paying for. But at my extreme low, I started channeling the song, Send Me an Angel, Send Me an Angel right now. That I don't know if you know what song I'm talking about, but um, uh, where it came from, I have no idea. It just popped into my head. So I'm this send me an angel, send me an angel right now song. Yeah, I know I cannot sing. But anyways, that song came on in my head. And it was just a matter of moments after that. What seemed like out of nowhere, this girl, beautiful girl, came passing me by on the trail. You know, every now and again someone would pass me, but by this point I thought for sure I was the last one on the trail. I hadn't seen anyone in quite some time. But this beautiful girl passes me up, and she's wearing high heels. Yes, high heels. And the path was super snowy and just miserable, very steep. I don't have pictures that do the incline justice. I mean, it was really, really steep. It felt like I would take one step forward and stumble 2 steps back. But she passes me up on the trail in high heels. And I thought to myself, okay, if this rock star can climb out of here in high heels, then I sure as hell can make it out, right? So she was definitely a motivator for me. She had great positive energy and a smile that I certainly needed in that moment, because I was feeling crushed and defeated and wondering if I was going to spend the night alone in the woods. um, it was scary. So, although I only saw her for a moment, she said hello and we exchanged pleasantries, and she continued on her journey. Although I only saw her for a moment, uh, the thought of her and then the continued images of her little heel print in the snow, the last several miles of that snowy incline, were my motivators that got me out. Thank goodness, it got me to the top of that hill. um, and just as I came out of the woods at the top of the hill, there was this church just in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was, you came out of the woods, there was a church in a parking lot at the top of the hill and nothing else to be seen, just this church. And I knew God was clearly speaking to me for sure. So it was quite a memorable moment for me on day one. And just past the church was the road with a sign announcing the upcoming town, which was my destination. So I could tell that, whew, I was on the downhill stretch, if you would, to get me to my albergue for the night for some sleep. And by this point, it was getting late. I mean, dark was approaching fast. So I was very relieved to see the sign, and I was aching. My backpack was clearly too heavy, but I had made it. I had made it out of the woods, and it was like God was there to remind me that by keeping him with me at all times, in the good and in the bad, in the morning when I was having that really high moment, and in the afternoon or evening when I was having that really desperate moment, that by keeping God with me at all times, that his blessings would be obvious. So it was a beautiful moment. I got to the albergue about just before 8 p.m. and I was hurting. I barely wanted to drag my butt in the shower, but I did. And I ate some food and crash. I wasn't sure I'd be able to sleep. My hips were hurting so bad, but it was an uncomfortable sleep. But the next morning, I was dragging. I could barely walk. I felt mentally defeated, and I was being kicked out of the albergue at 8 a.m. because they closed for the day. So I really had no choice but to keep on moving, because trust me, at that point, had there been a hotel in this town I was in, and I don't know that you could really call it a town. It was a matter of just a few buildings. It was a little bitty town, but had I had a hotel, I would have spent the entire day in bed. I was hurting, but that was not an option. I was getting kicked out. And I was just about ready to break down crying when suddenly that song started channeling in my head again. Send me an angel. Send me an angel right now. I don't have the tune to that right at this moment for some reason. But anyways, again, not intentionally. I wasn't channeling the song intentionally. It just came to me again. And it was as if God was showing me how to ask for help when I need it. So I looked up, and there was this older gentleman standing ahead, not like a lot older, but a little bit older gentleman standing ahead of me. And he hollers and asks if I'm waiting for the bus also. And I wasn't, but I did end up joining him. He told me that he had a tough day the day prior and had gotten an injury. So he was taking the bus to the next town and using it as a day of rest to heal his injury. So Duh, that was a no-brainer for me. I definitely joined along. So, and that was kind of nice. And as we were waiting on the bus, that really cute girl that I had seen in heels the night before, she came walking by and said hello, which was great. Um, Another lovely reminder that I had received two, and not four, two um, angels in a matter of 12 hours time. So I felt very blessed because both times I needed them, I was having moments of despair. um, so hopped on the bus and headed to the next town. And then the next few days I spent just trying to get into the swing of things. I was completely out of my element. Mind you, my ideal travel certainly doesn't include a 30 plus pound backpack, hiking shoes, and missing supply of girly doll-up rituals. No, that's that's not at all my kind of travel. This kind of travel is clearly soul growth, not vacation. But as long as I keep that in my perspective, I'll continue to appreciate the Camino and what it has to offer me, because with that mindset, it truly is full of magical moments. I mean, there are times I look around and the beauty is just stunning. I mean, wow. I can't even tell you. And the colors, so vibrant. It's it's magical. Just I just have to keep my perspective, because the Camino does have a way of um, beating you down at times too, just really taking it out of you, making you want to give up and quit. So, on day 6, I'd say, which was yesterday, I'd say I was on somewhat of a mental struggle bus. I'd spent days on end, chilled to the bone, and I don't know if you can tell, but I am sick. So, um, the weather's been pretty chilly for my liking. Plus, I woke up swollen from head to toe. Like, my face is swollen. I don't know if you can tell my eyes and stuff, but I'm swollen from head to toe. And I think it's due to the foods that I've been eating since starting the Camino. I'm used to eating a fairly healthy diet, um, a diet of mostly vegetables. But here, everything has been bread, pasta, and meat, all of which I typically try to avoid. Um, so I woke up feeling and looking like the Michelin man, for sure. And honestly, I cannot believe how swollen my face is. It's better. It's late afternoon right now, and the swelling has gone down quite a bit from this morning and yesterday morning, but um, I'm still pretty darn swollen. But oh well. I am quickly realizing, though, that finding a better nutritional routine will be a necessity for my survival if I want to continue on the journey, especially considering I'm working on healing my thyroid. Yikes. So, um, I, I definitely need to be working on a better nutritional routine. A lot of the albergues that we've been coming across, the kitchen has been closed, or they haven't had a kitchen, or um, some things like that. So I haven't been able to do grocery store food as much as I had thought I would be able to. So I don't know. We'll see. That'll change up for me. And then, but yet yesterday morning, in the midst of my pissy mood, I guess you could call it, God decides to give me a little bit of comic relief, with an update on happenings that I wouldn't have otherwise been privy to. So that was kind of fun. And it would be my second, what I'm calling, immersive tarot experience. Um, I'm telling you, the joy of being connected to spirit in this way is just truly fantastic. So here's what happened with my comic relief moment that he gave me yesterday morning. I set out for the day, with Lorne, who is a fellow Pellegrino that I had met the few days earlier, the second angel that I told you about that was injured and I rode the bus with. So he and I had set out on our hike for the day, and we'd made it about 10 minutes away, and down the trail, when I realized I had left my North Face jacket on the heater in the room drying, because the albergue's drying machine, washer and dryer, the dryer wasn't working. So it was on the heater drying. And I thought, oh gosh. So, being the perfect gentleman that he was, he left me on to sit along the side of the path while he ran back to grab the jacket for me. I think he felt sorry for how miserable I looked as this swelled up Michelin woman. But anyways, I'm sitting on the side of the trail, a bit chilled and hoping for some sunshine, when I saw another Peregrino heading my way, leading a donkey. And I had seen him in town a little bit earlier, but he was now on the path walking my way, walking towards me. And he also had a dog with him, which came running past me and ever so gracefully stopped right in front of me and took a crap, like right in front of me. And as the man was passing with his donkey, he clearly communicated what had just happened, despite our language barrier. He just looked and pointed with a finger and uttered the word caca, which gave us both a chuckle. And he carried on ahead. And as he kept walking, God gave me the rest of the download. Spirit gave me the rest of the download. And the rest of the message was, I heard, while you've been left out in the cold, they shit right in your face. But what they didn't realize was they were going to wind up looking like an ass, aka the donkey this man was walking, symbolizing looking like the ass. I was rolling. This was just a psychic hearing that I heard as this play-by-play was happening in front of me. It was quite funny. And I don't know, maybe you needed to be there to witness it like I did. But the way I'm gathering it, whatever my frenemies did to shit in my face, it backfired. And I just love God's sense of humor. I do. See, he showed me that although they tried to do something evil, who knows what, they were now reaping some sort of karma for it. So, anyhow, peace, love, and happiness. That is my update for the Camino so far. Hopefully I get to feeling better in these next couple of days and get a better nutritional routine going. But I'm 7 days in and I'm still trucking along. All right, take care.